Have you ever stopped to think that not everything we see on screen reflects the reality of a star? Often, what seems like an instant success is actually the result of years of quiet effort, far from the cameras and applause. And that's precisely what we're going to reveal today about Yoona, one of the most beloved figures in Korea and the world. For many, she is simply the charismatic member of Girls' Generation, the actress of great dramas and films, the artist who seems destined for stardom. But the truth is that behind that charming smile and that image of perfection lies a path marked by moments of uncertainty, internal challenges, and decisions that changed the course of her life. From a very young age, Yoona had to face situations that would make anyone give up. The pressure of endless training, criticism about her voice, the burden of being constantly judged not only on her talent, but also on her appearance. For years, she fought these battles alone, silently, without the public knowing. And it's precisely this hidden side of her story that will impact you today. Because what she did quietly, without seeking recognition, was what transformed the shy girl into an artist who earned worldwide respect. By learning about this hidden chapter of Yoona's life, you'll understand that true strength lies not only on stage, but especially in those unseen moments when she decided to keep going, even when everything seemed to indicate otherwise. So, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell because this story will inspire you to never give up on your dreams, even if no one sees what you do behind the scenes. When we think of Yoona, it's easy to imagine only the glitter of the stage, the flashing cameras, and the endless applause. But what almost no one remembers is that before becoming a global star, she lived a quiet period, away from the spotlight, which required far more courage than one can imagine. At 12 years old, still a child, Yoona joined SM Entertainment after being chosen in a highly competitive audition. And so began a chapter that would last 5 long years of daily training, sometimes from morning to night, without rest, without an audience, without applause. Imagine, while children her age played, she spent hours and hours repeating dance steps, rehearsing songs, and preparing for an uncertain future. And here comes the most shocking detail: Yoona almost gave up. That's right, she didn't believe in her own voice. She thought she would never be good enough to sing. What kept her going was her passion for dance and the support of a choreographer who believed in her talent. This silent decision, not to give up, changed everything. It was during this hidden stage, filled with doubts and overcoming challenges, that Yoona built the foundation that would lead her to become an icon. And the question remains, how many times have you considered giving up on something important due to a lack of faith in yourself? Her story proves that it's precisely in these moments when the decision to move forward makes all the difference. Before conquering the world as a member of Girls' Generation, Yoona went through a curious period, almost invisible to the general public. While she trained quietly, the company began casting her in small roles that would have gone unnoticed by many, but which, in retrospect, show how she was already preparing for something bigger. In 2004, for example, Yoona appeared in the music video for TVXQ's Magic Castle. It was only a single scene, but it already revealed the sweetness of her gaze and her naturalness in front of the camera. Afterward, she continued appearing in commercials, TV spots, and other music videos for SM Entertainment artists. These moments lacked the glamour of a full stage, but served as a true laboratory where she learned to deal with cameras, directors, and all the pressures of show business. It's interesting to think that although many fans discovered her in 2007, when she officially debuted with Girls' Generation, Yoona had already been around for years, albeit discreetly. These silent appearances were like a seed. She didn't have main lines, she wasn't the star of the scenes, but she carried with her the discipline to observe, learn, and improve with each new opportunity. Imagine the challenge of being so young and at the same time having to demonstrate professionalism on set where everyone's gaze was so demanding. She couldn't make a single mistake, not even for a few seconds. The most inspiring thing is that Yoona didn't complain about not being the center of attention. On the contrary,
She seized every small opportunity as preparation for the future. This humility, understanding that even small roles were valuable, was what gave her a solid foundation even before her official debut. And perhaps this is precisely what distinguishes great artists: the ability to give their best when no one is watching.
August 2007 marked a moment that would change not only Yoona's life, but also the landscape of K-pop forever. After 5 years of quiet training and brief, almost imperceptible appearances in commercials and music videos, it was finally time to take the stage as part of a new girl group that no one knew about, Girls' Generation. Picture the scene: 9 young women, each with their own story of struggle, but among them was Yoona, carrying the weight of years of self-doubt and the hope that all that hidden work would finally pay off. To the audience, it looked like a brilliant, confident debut. But behind the scenes, her heart was pounding, fearful of failure and not living up to expectations. At that moment, Yoona wasn't just another member of the group. She became the face of the group, the gateway for many fans who, upon seeing her, became curious and eventually met the other members. It was a huge responsibility for someone so young, but she took on the role without complaint. Even without speaking, her gaze conveyed a mix of excitement and nervousness that captivated thousands of people at her first performance. What few knew was that this immediate brilliance was the result of years of training, without an audience, without recognition, and even wanting to give up. And so, overnight, Yoona's quiet life transformed into a routine of crowded stages, interviews, and endless engagements. But none of this would have been possible without the behind-the-scenes moments no one saw, those moments when she almost gave up but persisted. That's why her debut in 2007 was not only the beginning of a successful career, but also living proof that every hidden effort will eventually find its light. After achieving worldwide fame with Girls' Generation, Yoona could have settled into the role of a beloved idol, but deep down, she harbored a hidden desire: to be recognized not only for her beauty or for belonging to a successful group, but for her talent as an actress. This dream didn't come true overnight. From a young age, while studying singing and dancing, she also took acting classes. At first, she landed small roles in series and commercials, but was still seen only as the pretty one in the group. This bothered her because she wanted to prove she had something more to offer. The big turning point came in 2016, when she accepted the challenge of playing Go Anna in the drama K2. This role was completely different from anything audiences were used to seeing from her. Instead of brilliance and charisma, Yoona had to transform into a traumatized young woman filled with fear and insecurity. It was a profound character, demanding emotion, tears, and genuine commitment on camera. Many didn't believe she was capable of playing such an intense role, but Yoona surprised everyone. Critics recognized her talent, and fans were impressed by her ability to convey emotion. This moment marked the breaking of a barrier. Yoona went from being just the image of Girls' Generation to becoming a respected actress, someone capable of carrying a difficult history on her shoulders. And the curious thing is that this transformation didn't happen overnight. For years, she had been silently studying, practicing, and waiting for the right opportunity to prove her worth. The role in K2 was just the beginning of a solid acting career, which would later include dramas and blockbuster films. This bold decision showed the world that when you truly give your all, sooner or later, your time will come to shine.
After demonstrating her talent as an actress in K2, Yoona never stopped challenging herself. She decided she didn't want to be remembered for a single role or for being part of one of the biggest K-pop groups. What she really wanted was to build a solid career, balancing music and acting, but always with the same understated dedication that had accompanied her since her trainee days. Thus, dramas emerged that defined her career, such as Reign of Love. In 2012, she played 2 different characters at different times, a true testament to her adaptability. Shortly after, she shone in The Prime Minister and I, 2013 to 2014, a role that earned him the Excellence Award, demonstrating that his performance no longer went unnoticed. Yoona has also expanded her reach beyond Korea. In the Chinese drama God of War, Zhao Yun, its popularity was such that the series racked up over 10 billion online views, an impressive feat even by global standards. This feat proved that Yoona's name wasn't limited to a single country, but was already recognized and loved throughout Asia. At the same time, she was beginning to earn a place on the big screen. Films like Confidential Assignment, 2017, and its sequel, 2022, demonstrated her versatility, moving between comedy, action, and drama. Already in Exit, 2019, Yoona shined in a special way. The film became one of the biggest box office hits in South Korea that year, cementing her as an actress capable of drawing crowds to the cinema. The most impressive thing is that even in the spotlight, Yoona never lost her humility. She didn't seek quick fame, but rather carefully chose each project, always considering how she could grow as an artist. This path, built step by step, demonstrated that her success isn't the result of luck, but of constant effort, conscious decisions, and a lot of quiet work. That's why today, when we talk about Yoona, we're talking about someone who managed to reinvent herself without losing her essence, transforming dreams into real achievements. While many only saw the glare of the cameras and her success on stage, Yoona cultivated another side of her life, away from the spotlight. What few know is that, quietly, she always dedicated herself to helping those in need. From the beginning of her career, Yoona demonstrated a generous heart, but she never tried to grab headlines for it. For her, true kindness doesn't need to be publicized, but rather practiced. In 2015, for example, she joined the Honor Society, a group of people who make large donations to social causes in South Korea. This title was no coincidence. Yoona has always donated part of her earnings to support vulnerable families, children in need, and projects that seek to improve the lives of ordinary people. All of this without fanfare, without seeking recognition. In the following years, she continued this path, always choosing causes close to her heart. During natural disasters and difficult times the country was going through, such as forest fires and floods, Yoona was one of the first celebrities to donate significant amounts to help the victims. In March 2025, for example, she donated 100 million won to help families affected by the fires that devastated parts of Korea. Once again, she didn't talk about it in interviews or try to turn the gesture into self-promotion. She simply acted. The most inspiring thing is realizing that her generosity isn't limited to money. Yoona has also participated in volunteer projects, visited hospitals, brought joy to children, and used her image to support important campaigns. This understated side reveals an artist defined not only by talent or beauty, but by a heart willing to make a difference. And perhaps this is the greatest secret to her enduring success. While many seek praise, Yoona chooses to truly impact lives even when no one sees her.
After learning about Yoona's entire career, it's impossible not to be impressed. Behind the charming smile that millions of people around the world know lies a story built in silence, marked by hard work, overcoming obstacles, and brave decisions. She could have been just another member of a successful group, but she decided to go further. She spent years training without recognition, playing small roles that few noticed, until she finally debuted and carved out a place for herself in Girls' Generation. But she didn't stop there. Yoona reinvented herself, defied expectations, and proved that she had much more than a pretty image. She revealed genuine talent as an actress, achieving critical and popular acclaim. And the most admirable thing is that despite all her fame, she never ceased to act with humility. While many sought attention, Yoona chose to help quietly, making donations, supporting social causes, and extending a helping hand to those most in need without expecting anything in return. Her life teaches us that the greatest achievements are not always on stage or screen, but also behind the scenes, where no one sees. It is in this invisible space that true character is forged.
Yoona is proof that success isn't just about being the center of attention, but about what you do when no one is watching. Her discipline, kindness, and courage have made her one of the most respected and beloved artists in Korea and around the world. And this inspires anyone, child, young adult, or adult, to believe that dreams can come true when accompanied by dedication and perseverance. And now I want to hear from you. Which part of Yoona's story surprised you the most? Leave a comment below, share your opinion, and tell us which of these moments touched you the most. Oh, and don't forget, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and hit like. That way, you'll be able to follow inspiring stories like this one and not miss a single detail from the lives of Korea's biggest stars.